When I found out I was pregnant, I definitely was scared to death, fearful, ashamed. I was angry. I didn't know what to do. I really went into a survival mode. I had my abortion on April 17th, 2004. The morning that I went to have the abortion, my boyfriend took me to the clinic. I was in denial, in fact, that I even was pregnant, but they confirmed that there. I went through with the process. From that point on, I don't think I really even cried much about it. I had to pack those emotions down really deep. And in fact, I was back at work the next day, and that was the first of many days, years, that I would act like nothing was wrong. The only people who knew about my abortion were myself, my two best friends, and the father of the child. And that's it, for 6 years. I knew I was just so shut down that I didn't even want to hear any conversation about abortion, even if it was positive or if someone was reaching out to help me. I didn't think that someone like me who had had an abortion deserved healing, compassion, unconditional love, a place to grieve that unborn child, and above all of that, forgiveness. And I definitely didn't think anyone cared. I was in such bondage to my abortion that I faced a lot of other struggles. I got myself stuck behind a wall that I built. Politics, our culture, our world makes you think that abortion is a real gray area. And I didn't know what the Bible said about abortion, and I sure didn't look it up because I didn't want to know. I just felt like abortion is the unforgivable sin. It was my choice to end a life, and in my mind, that was unforgivable. I felt like I needed to do a lot of things to cover that up. Maybe I could make up for it with works, or if I worked hard enough, I became a workaholic to justify not having had my babies. I didn't set foot in a church for years. I felt so ashamed. I waited more out of feeling that I didn't deserve forgiveness than fear. I dealt with a number of issues stemming from anger, anxiety, fear, depression, you name it, and I was down there in the pit with it. So it really took an absolute rock bottom to where one day I just couldn't get up. I couldn't face another day. My need for help became greater than my fear on that day. When I first saw the advertisement for Someone Cares in the bulletin Sunday morning at church, and when I saw the curriculum for post-abortive women, I was floored, just shocked. So I entered Someone Cares in September of 2010. I remember telling one of the women who leads it, I just want to find a way to live with this. And she's told me, well, our goal is that you won't just have to live with it, that you'll be able to have forgiveness and joy and all these terms that were off limits to me. When I first started the class, I shared my abortion finally with my brother and sister-in-law. And being asked to do this video, I shared it with my parents, and I've just been amazed by the love that I've received from them. It really made me sad that I had carried that for so long and I didn't have to. That I did have a support system there, but I denied it. There's such perfect timing in everything God does as well, because my brother and sister-in-law just came to me and told me that recently that they were pregnant, and they said, we know that this might be something that you struggle with, so we just wanted to tell you this news first, and if it's difficult for you, we want to give you time to process it before we tell the rest of the family. And I thought, that was just such an amazing example of grace that my family extended to me. I had a lot of years that I needed to uncover with truth, coming to terms with the anger that I had towards myself and towards the people who were involved with my abortion. The biggest hurdle was forgiving myself and then accepting God's forgiveness. all such big hurdles. I felt a great deal of regret and a great deal of sadness, but at the same time I felt a real peace from knowing that I was forgiven, and then to take it a step further, to accept that forgiveness and live in that, and now to be walking in that is purely God's grace, and I'm so grateful for that, and I feel joyful in a way that I never thought I would.